Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Shredders United business call. This is a call where we do talk about some business. We do talk about sharing ER Shred with other people and all the wonderfulness and the goodness and all that is possible around that. And it is such goodness. And I just love the people that you meet in this industry. I love the people so much. I love so many of you. I just want you to all know that. Everybody that's on this call, I'm just crazy about you, what you represent, what you're all about. Wanted to, it is Martin Luther King Day, wanted to express my gratitude for him and for equality and for everything that he stood for. Just real quick, housekeeping, tomorrow night, Jesse, unless you're not, let me know if you're not, but if you're going to be live tomorrow night in the ER Shred group on Facebook with the Shred Your Body call, that's a good one to get on, you guys. Make sure you get on there. And then also Wednesday night, we'll do our Come Alive call. I have a sneaky feeling that the Wednesday night call is going to be special because we've got all these results that have come in now since the January 4th ER Shred. And I mean, I'm hearing some pretty incredible things. The energy is really high. So what we want to do is invite any of you or anyone you know, if you or anyone you know would be willing to share your results in 2 to 3 minutes and keep it compliant so we don't make any claims, we would love to invite you to come on that call. And I wanted to put that out here now so I don't forget. And that leads me to our disclaimer, which is very important. And so on this call, we're going to talk about Lenny's results. We're also going to talk about some financial things. So this is basically just a disclaimer that says earning levels of Isagenix independent associates that appear in this, they are just examples and should not be construed as typical or average. Income level achievements are dependent upon an individual's associate's business skills, personal ambition, time, commitment, activity, and demographic factors. For average earnings, and they give you a link, you can go look at the average earnings, which is isagenixearnings.com. Okay, DSHEA disclaimer, the statements appearing in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Weight loss should not be considered as typical, so forth. If you are pregnant, nursing, diabetic, on medication, have a medical condition, or are beginning a weight loss control program, consult your physician before using Isagenix products or making any other dietary changes, as well as the ER Shred protocol. Discontinue use if adverse events occur, and information provided is for general uses only, and results may vary. So now that we got all the important legal stuff out of the way, I want to introduce my guest. My guest tonight is one of a kind. My guest tonight is one in, goodness gracious, like he's definitely 1 in 100 million. Okay, at a minimum, he's 1 in 100 million. This guy has a special gift. He's got lots of special gifts, but he came on board early with ER Shred, and boy, am I grateful that he did, because he actually helped us define a lot of what was happening. He came up with the slogan, Come Alive. He came up with the slogan, Shredders United. He just has a knack for all kinds of fun things. He makes things fun. And Crystal and I have a mantra in 2021, and our mantra is to make it fun. That's what we're doing. That's our whole objective, to make it fun, and everything else will come. And that's exactly what's been happening for us and so many of you. Lenny was formerly like a vice president of a major restaurant chain. He's going to go into that. Lenny also was one of the early Isagenix Millionaires. And he was in the 30s. I think he was like number 35, something like this. But one of the things that Lenny's pretty special, he was recognized as a presidential award winner. Now, that is as high as it gets in terms of acclaim, recognition, in terms of, the company, thanking you for what you've done for the company. That's as big as it gets. So that's all I really need to say about that. He's as big as it gets in that regard. Anyway, Lenny, are you there?
I'm here, brother.
All right, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Lenny. And Lenny, first of all, thank you for joining us, and thank you for everything that you have brought forward. I want to personally thank you. Crystal wants to thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. You're just all good things for us. We just really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. And I'm just so excited to be here and be part of this movement right now with the shredders, and just getting to know you and Crystal and Jesse and everyone that's here. I'm telling you, I'm going to get into it, but this is not just magic. It's divine magic. And I'm going to explain that tonight.
All right. So Lenny, first and foremost, so people can have an opportunity to know, where did you come from? What was your background? What's your history? If you could just share with everybody, who is Lenny Evans?
Sure. Gosh. I've done a lot of things. I was a real estate agent in California. I became a high school teacher, Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently. So I was a high school Spanish teacher. I was a track coach. Then I opened up a restaurant, and then that got into my blood. I kind of always just like to go all in on something when I believe it. And so when Isagenix rolled around in 2004, I looked at it. I was not looking at the business at all, but there was magic in it. And then it made me really I felt like I was shot out of a cannon. Other people, I felt like they deserved to feel like that. That's what happened to me. So I had never done network marketing or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I didn't like it. I thought it had a kind of a bad feel to me. And then boom, I did the 9-day cleanse, and it was magic in my body. And that made me look at it. And then when I looked at the business model, I was like, how did I not know about this? Because everybody deserves to know about leverage. And I want to get into that later, but everyone deserves to know how to harness leverage in their life so they can have a higher quality of life for their family and for themselves. And I think that's what I really want to get to, because there's a way that I've never seen, and it's the shredder way. I'm excited about it, Sean.
Okay, real quick, hold that thought. So we're going to talk about that leverage and your ideas around that. What was it that you were doing, real quick, just so people have a feel for your background? You were doing something at a corporate level with a restaurant chain. What was that?
Yeah, I was a senior vice president of a franchise. It was a sandwich and yogurt shop out of Utah called Hoagie Yogi. And I opened almost 300 restaurants. If you want to lose your hair, open 300 restaurants, because you get to have 30 high school kids per restaurant. So it's stressful, and it almost everything that can go wrong can go wrong. And I was really burned out, and I was working so hard, Sean. But I really, even there, I wasn't really making the kind of money that someone would need to just have a normal life. I felt high school teaching didn't do it. That wasn't doing it. Nothing seemed to ever quite do it. I was working so many hours, and that was frustrating.
So Lenny, were you entrepreneurial before this, or was it always was this your first entrepreneurial endeavor, or were you raised an entrepreneur? How would you define that?
Yeah, I would say, no, I was taught, everybody else to go to school, get good grades, and so the grades would get you a good degree. The better the degree, the better the job you land. So I became a high school teacher. And then all of a sudden, as a high school teacher, I was like, what? I was making $500 a week, but they wait every fourth week to pay you. So it's $1,900 a month. And I was like, I can't even pay my house payment and 2 car payments with $1,900. So that's when I looked into the restaurant industry, and I thought that was my way. Right. But that wasn't the way either, because it was so frustrating. When I'd open one, it would start to go pretty good, and then I'd open another one, and that split my time. And you're only as good as when the owner's in the restaurant, really. And then it was so frustrating to me. I just wanted to have a different life. And that's kind of where I was when it all happened.
Okay, now what happened? Like, where do we go? Well, how old were you, and what happened?
So I've been in Isagenix. It was 16 years ago. I'm 57, so I had just turned 40. I was 40 years old. I owned a couple of restaurants, and I took a class down in LA called the Dale Carnegie class, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And great class, by the way. It cost a lot, $2,000. That was really tight for me back then, but I invested in it and I loved it. And my teacher, towards the end, she said, "Hey, have you ever cleansed?" And I'm like, "Have I ever done a coffee enema? No, I don't want to either." And it was a funny story, but I said no to this lady 3 times in a row. And she really thought, she goes, "There's something about you in this company that I think you need to know about." So I said yes. And that's when I ordered the 9-day, and it really did some magic in my body. But I'll stop there. But that's what happened. It was the Dale Carnegie lady that introduced me to Isagenix. I got on the phone with Bill Mayer, who, by the way, is a shredder. He's awesome. I don't want to get into I got him to do a shred, and he just transformed his body a couple months ago. And Bill Mayer is one of our coaches. He's a millionaire in Isagenix. He's a personal growth coach. Anyway, he got on that 3-way call with me, and they got me to order, and that was really tight for me. It was $139, and that was really pushing it because I didn't have the money, but I ordered that little kit, and boy, did I follow the protocol, and it worked. It worked for me. There was magic in that box. I've always said it. And it really, there was something special that happened to me. And I thought it made me a better version of me, that 9-day period. And I figured that if it did it for me, it would make other restaurant owners better restaurant owners, better teachers better. It would make teachers better teachers, real estate agents better real estate agents. It would just make every single person a better version of themselves. It was my true feeling. I didn't even know it was network marketing, Sean, until a little later. And that's what happened.
Okay, so here's the next question in the series of questions would be, how on earth did a guy who was a teacher and then a restaurant owner have such unbelievable success in the network marketing industry? I've thought about this. I really have. And I attribute it to the magic in the 9-day system because of the results. Even though we've added divinity to the magic, now it's divine magic. Okay, I'll get to that. Why there's no other way you would want to lead with anything, in my opinion, than the 11-day ER shred, right? Because results. It forced me to take a look at the business model. I was not going to do the business. No interest in it. None. But the results in my body, and then the first few people, I watched them have results, and all of a sudden it made me say, now, how does this work? And I had to dissect the network marketing model. Thank heavens it was a simple one that was easily understandable. Even then, it took me a couple months to really wrap my mind around it. But that's how it happened. I really believe that it was those are results of the magic of the 9-day that really led me to looking at it. And then all of a sudden I started actually earning some income, and I'm like, wow, that caught my attention. And then I just decided to, I was mentored, a lot by your father, Tony and Randy, Jimmy Smith. I was mentored by Don Nooner. I was mentored by Bill Mayer, and everybody said, just go into that. So that's when I decided to burn my boats and sell my restaurants and go all in. And that made a big difference. That was a big difference. And that's when a lot of that magic happened. And then the results just kept coming in. And it was interesting, though, I will tell you, and I think I should insert this here. I really dealt with mostly virgin network marketers, people that weren't ever network marketers. I just was going after badasses, people that were rock stars in whatever field they were. And I went, oh, I can help you have an advantage in your field. Are you in? And they were like, what? And I'm like, this will make you like, I don't know. It's like enthusiasm. And again, I'm going to pause, because what you and Crystal have come up with, Sean, is it's mad. It's beyond magic. It's because it's even better. The results are better. The protocol's better. It's because you figured out how to take control over those meals. In the beginning, 16 years ago, we let people eat whatever they wanted in it. Oh, now if I could, we can't wave a wand and go back, but we can go forward, baby. And it's results that's going to make people take a look at this. It's results that are going to have
our friends call us up and go, what the, how, I want more. That's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. We will help the ones that want it to happen. That's kind of what happened to me accidentally. I became one of the fastest millionaires. I went 1-star to 5-star, since this is a business call, in 10 months on the 9-day system, just sharing the 9-day. And it was a roller coaster ride. I'd never made that kind of money in my whole life.
You're talking 10 cycles to 100 cycles. Yes.
In 10 months. Yeah, in 10 months.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it surprised me. I mean, completely. And I still didn't know what was happening. But now, because of the shred and because of this community, it's made me realize that it was the remarkable results that drove the business. And it happened in reverse. It happened in reverse. You know, I love the movie The Matrix. You and I talked about that today. In the movie The Matrix, the agents talk to Neo and they say, do you smell that, Neo? That's the smell of inevitability. And what that means to me is it's inevitable you're going to have results if you follow the protocol on our 11-day ER shred. It's inevitable. Then what's next in the inevitability line? Your friends going, what are you doing, dude? Like, that is the inevitability factor that we have. It's a secret. And it exists inside of our culture right here in the 11-day ER shred. I don't know, it might exist in other places, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. It's precious. It's like magic to have it here.
That's right. That's why Bob keeps referring to it as magic in a bottle. Like you just have to hang on to it. You don't want to let it go. Let me ask you real quick, Lenny, for everyone on the call that wasn't around when you originally did your 11-day ER shred, what was your entry into it? What was your belief about doing it, and what unfolded as far as your experience, your results?
Oh gosh, you know what? Well, first of all, I just looked at you and Crystal. I looked at your pictures and I was like, wow, because I've known you for 16 years. You guys were in before me. And, you know, not that we ever really hung out all that much, but I've always seen you at every event. I hugged you. And you guys, I always say, I watched the other night, I watched 2 movies, Avatar, and I watched The Matrix. And in The Matrix, you have your avatar. And I'm like, Sean and Crystal changed their avatars. They just changed their avatars. And I was freaking out. I was literally, I said out loud, I'm like, at any Hollywood gathering, Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, whoever they are, no one's looking at them. We're looking at Sean and Crystal because they're glowing of health. So I knew there was something magic happening right there. So I wanted to do it. And I had to be talked into the incubation. I was a slow adopter on that one because I like simple. That's a long story, but I came around and I just said, look, I'm going to humble myself and follow this protocol. I had been vegan. I had been vegetarian. And I just said, no, look, I'm going to be extra nice to plants for the 5 meals. I'm not going to kill them. I'm going to let them live. And Jesse was just you guys, the way that it's explained to us here is so amazing. I followed that protocol. I literally, you know, the COVID, the pandemic, it affected all of us differently. My freshman year in college, I gained the freshman 15. I'm pretty sure most of us gained the COVID 30. And I'm just saying, I did 2 back-to-back. October, I did 11 days. I took 3 days off. I did another 11-day. I don't even know what I'm the most excited about. Mostly my thinking, mostly my clarity, mostly my willpower, mostly my rule over sugar, and my empowerment over food and drink. It was a miracle. I'm going to just declare it what it was. It was a miracle to me. It was a miracle to me because I'd never experienced it, not even ever in the 16 years of doing Isagenix. And so it was a new experience for me, and it transformed my body. I got so lean. I lost, I don't even know, like so many pounds. I forget, 11 inches, 12 inches. But the bottom line is, it was remarkable. It was a remarkable experience for me. And then I realized the events that matter are the events that transfer power. The conversations that matter are the conversations we have with other people that transfer power. And the 11-day ER shred is the most delicious, transference of power that I've ever seen. It's the power over food and it's the power over drink. Then when they go nuts and call you and you don't want to answer their call because they're stalking you because they want to learn how to do this too, and you're like, just go to the website. Like, this is a whole new world, but we can then give them transfer power about how they can make money from home. Come on. This is exciting, you guys. We're transferring power. That's what we're doing with this. And no other program does it like this. Sorry. I would love there to be another one, but there isn't one.
Wow, Lenny, that's cool. So Lenny, I want to allow you to riff a little bit, because some of the things that you've told me about the business potential with the ER Shred is very exciting. I know you have lots of thoughts. You've got lots of ideas. We wanted you specifically wanted to keep this call to about 30 minutes. I'll let that, you can decide whether that's the case or not. But what are your feelings right now around the opportunity of sharing ER Shred with other people? How do you feel about it? What do you foresee? What are your training around that? Whatever you got.
Yeah, no, I mean, just everything that we're even talking about right now is such a blessing, you guys, to be on this Zoom, to watch this recording. You're in a very special place because, first of all, network marketing got a bad rap, and rightly so. Because you know what? A lot of network marketers are idiots. They're always about, and by the way, what did I do to prep for this? I watched your 45-minute live, brother. Because you're one of my mentors. I call you and Jesse my new mentors. I tell everybody, you're my new mentors, like that it's so fun to be in this place, right? And so the thing is, though, that people can get it twisted. And you are the one teaching us to stop twisting it, to stop making it awkward, to stop getting a prospect. That is so lame. And what the part I never liked about network marketing was the constant drive to get new people. I'm going to get them. I'm going to sign them up. And I think what I want to have happen in my life now because of this community is I don't want to close you. I want to open you. I don't want to close anyone anymore, because I've been doing that my whole life, man. I've been closing people my whole life. And why would we want to close anyone and take their power away, really, when what we're really doing is we're opening people. We're opening them to a new possibility, a new culture, positivity, be the best you can be, that sort of thing. And so what I love about network marketing now that I'm learning so much from you, Sean, is the idea that, it's the working man that builds this business. It always has been. I couldn't even afford my first 9 day. I was so grateful my card didn't decline. True story. And here I jump into this and I bring 350,000 people into Isagenix. What? How does that even happen? In what universe, right? I've never been in network marketing, and then something like that could happen. But you got to keep the barrier to entry at a minimum. And that's what you have done. I even fought you on saying, no, dude, let's just have it be one canister of shake. Bring the bare bones package down. You're like, well, we want them to have a couple extra shakes. And now I see the value of the kids having a shake and whatever. I see it. Okay, but still, we got a very low barrier to entry. We don't need to add on all this stuff. We just got to keep it simple. And I do love simplicity. Leonardo da Vinci is famous for saying that it's simplification is the ultimate sophistication. And I think what happened with what you got, the genius of what happened with you and Crystal, is creating this 11-day ER Shred. It looks kind of like, whoa, what is it? I can't have vegetables? If I hear that one more time. But the whole idea that the simplicity now exists in the rigidity, to me. And so this is what you do, you guys. You order it and you follow the protocol. and you're responsible for 5 of your meals. Knock yourself out and make them good and eat like a king. And I have all the shred laws that we're not going to get into tonight. But I'm so excited about this because we can access everyone, and we don't have to sell the big giant packs, and we don't, we can just make it affordable for anyone. And then here's what's going to happen. I just want to say this again: without results, you got nothing. With results, you got everything. And without a testimony, you have nothing. With a testimony, you have everything. So once you have a testimony, and that means you tested the 11-day ER shred out, you legit did it, and now you know. And when you know, you got something special. You can transfer the power. And you can do it in a simple way. And you don't have to get weird about it. And you don't have to start talking about things you shouldn't be talking about. If you would have talked to me about the business, I would have told you no, and I never would have signed up. Anyone would have talked to me about the business. And then I finally was at a meeting, and at an Isagenix meeting, and somebody said, "Hey, Lenny, do you want another business?" I said, "Dear God, no, I own 2 restaurants. I don't want another business." And then someone said, "But do you want to make more money?" I'm like, "Oh God, desperately." Yes, it was a different question. We're not listening, And so I wrote this morning after my meditation, knowing I was going to be here, I wrote this whole idea that this 11-day ER shred, it's a revolutionary human empowerment system. It's a revolutionary human empowerment system. Conversations are effective when they transfer power. Can one conversation change your life? Let's have a conversation. I'm excited to transfer some power to you. That just feels good to me. And I'm not blowing smoke up anybody. I am just being so real on this. And there's been a long time that I kind of lost the magic of building after the first few years, just because I didn't want to prospect. I didn't want to get you. I didn't want to be known as the guy that got everybody. And you said something to me today on the call. It's like, you don't want to be a network marketer. I'm like, yeah. And here I am trying to figure out how to be a professional network marketer. I've even written a book about it. And now I find myself, no, I just want to be a cool human. And I want to empower people. That's all. And now I've got the greatest system. Actually, it's a revolutionary system for humans. And it's the 11-day ER shred, baby. And there's nothing that can give you better results than that. And when you listen to Sean, and when you listen to Jesse, when you listen to Crystal and Bob and all the other leaders and Adam, all you guys that are here rocking this with us, guys, we're just getting started. Without these magic results, there is no backbone. There's no foundation of a residual business anyway. Sean, thank you, brother. Thank you for bringing the divine magic back into my life. It's exciting.
It's going to be exciting, Lenny, to see how many lives you touch. I know you're in your flow right now. Like, I can feel it. I can sense it. I think I have a pretty good barometer of when people are full of shit. I sniff it out. I mean, I've been in this industry 20 years now, but what people don't know is I was also raised in this industry. From the time I was 10 years old, this is all I know, okay? So I see things and I hear things and I process things different than most people, okay? Kind of have an unfair advantage. What I sense from you, what I feel from you is legitimate. It's real. It's from the heart. It's going to be scary good to see how many people you impact. Because Lenny, when Lenny's on, it's a good thing for all of us. We'll all follow your lead. You'll inspire all of us. You already are. You already have. So thank you.
Well, I just want you to know that for a bunch of years in there, in the middle of my Isagenix career, I was that guy that was full of shit. And I am so grateful for you and for Crystal for helping me see what network marketing can really be. I was missing it. There was some stuff I was missing. There was some subconscious stuff going. I was done getting people to, I was done having any kind of underlying motive in my message. And I was even fighting that And so the simpler it could be, the better. But now this is something that I just feel so authentically genuine about sharing with everyone. Why? Because it's going to bless them. It's just going to bless them so much. And it's the beginning of something. It could be something very, huge for people, but no matter what, having control over food is probably one of the hugest things you could possibly accomplish in this lifetime. And that's one of them. And then over drink, over snacks, and someday over money, maybe.
Hey, Lenny, can I read you a couple of these comments?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I can't see any comments. So.
All right. Adam Sisk said, love your energy, bro. Wow. Marcia Cordy said, good to see you again, Lenny, live. And then Adam said, best feeling ever. No longer a slave to sugar, carbs, and crap. Let's see here. And then Jesse James Jamnick, he says right here, just freaking awesome, Lenny. Very grateful for you. My mom, wow, Lenny, oh, here's my dad first. I agree with Sean. Lenny's enthusiasm is contagious. My mom said, wow, Lenny, you never disappoint. I love the new aura around you of empowering others to be real and do this for the right reasons. What means more than helping another human change their lives and live their dreams by empowering others to be their best version of themselves? So anyway, Lenny, I thought I'd read some of those. Lenny, you're very special to all of us. My wife thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced meat. You really are something special, Lenny. You're very special to us. I'm very, you and I have had some personal conversations, and there's depth here, Lenny. And I know you feel it. I know you see it. I know, you know what? There's just something special here, and it's probably bigger than ER Shred. It's probably bigger than all of us. And you know what? We just need to enjoy it and appreciate it and have fun with it and help others with it. Lenny, do you want to say anything? Is there anything you came on this call thinking, I really want to make sure I get this message across, or I really want to make sure I give this training, or I really want to make sure is there anything like that? I just want to make sure that you cover good stuff you got going on.
Yeah, sure. Just a couple things here. One, I just wanted to say that you said it. You and Crystal have a goal this year, and me too. And I promise to always bring it. And that is to have more fun, to keep it fun. And now if we're being authentic and we're not over promising, and we're going to have more fun, because when you overpromise, you always underdeliver. It's a business principle. So don't overpromise. Don't start telling people what you think they're going to do. Let it blow their minds. Underpromise, overdeliver, have more fun. And then I wrote one more little law today. I don't know if you can see it. It might be backwards. I'll just read it. Thou shalt not compare thy progress to any fellow shredder. Super important, right? Eleanor Roosevelt years ago said that comparison is that thief of joy. And we want to make sure in having fun and joy, and we're all on our own journey. Guys, come on, man. I mean, people have been abusing their bodies for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. We're having an 11-day revival of their body. So let's just remember to underpromise, overdeliver, have so much fun. The truth is good enough to really do this right. And it really is. And just keep it there, never exaggerate. And you'll always have that power with you, right? And I'm just going to keep having fun, you guys. And I'm super excited about this. This is the way I'm going to build. I'm with you. And I'm so grateful. I put a lot of people in the group, and I'm just getting started. I'm going to start working with Olivier too. And so I'm just super excited about what's next for me in my life, thanks to this community. And I believe that this culture is something special. I always say shredders unite. And it was so fun today on a Facebook post. I did a couple quotes of Martin Luther King, and I said, let's all unite. I wanted to say shredders unite, but not everybody would get it right. Not yet. But we shredders, we unite, right? We're together. We're doing this, and everybody's welcome, you know. And this is just an empowerment movement. Jesse says it all the time. It's an empowerment movement, and we're part of it, you know. And what better movement? You know, today one of my mentors, Dave MacArthur, on a call said, when you have a high purpose, it attracts higher thoughts. So the higher the purpose we can be following, which is to empower other people, that's about to let them be the best version of themselves. That's about the highest purpose we could really be involved with. Then we're going to be part of something powerful with higher vibration, higher everything. So Sean, thank you, and Crystal for leading the way. I love you guys so much, and I'm just so proud to be part of this movement. And I really think that this is something that we're going to look back in 10 years and say, it happened then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lenny, you're a real fan favorite. You always have been. I just want to invite you, personally invite you in, you know, to play in the groups, lives, whatever you got, man.
Okay.
We just want to invite you. We want to give you the green light. If you've got good stuff flowing and you're feeling it and you feel like it's of value, just bring it and put it in the groups live, because
You got it.
what I've found is that, you know what, in this industry, communication is everything. It's everything. We have got to come together as much as humanly possible. This call, the call tomorrow night, the call on Wednesday night. You know what, Lenny, you can't bring too much. We can't get enough Lenny Evans.
Okay, you got it.
I'm just going to put it out there, Lenny, that you have so many wonderful ideas and you bring such passion and enthusiasm. Now, I'm not saying you got to bring it all the time, because we don't all always feel that good all the time. But you know what, Lenny, I went and did that live today, and that live for me, it just felt so good. And you know what that was born of? That was born of my conversation with you. And that was just born of you giving me power. And I took that power and I was like, I'm going to unleash it. It's just going up, man. And so you have that ability, Lenny, like you're one of those gifted people. It's very unique. You have that ability to do that for all of us. And I'm just giving Lenny right now the green light. Unleash Lenny on all of us in ER Shred and Shredders United. And of course, Lenny, by all means, like, you know what? One of the things that I want to challenge all of us as shredders, I'm going to tell you something that I believe. If all of us have a goal, my goal is to get this ER Shred in as many people's hands as humanly possible in as short amount of time as possible. And guess what? It does not have a single solitary thing to do with money. Nothing. Okay? In fact, everybody that I've been spending my time with for the last 3 months, and I've robbed my children of a lot of my time, and I've been given that time nonstop to people in other teams that I have no financial benefit from. Why? Because this is, as Lenny said, it's precious, it's priceless, it's a miracle, and we've got to get this in people's hands. Well, one of the ways we can all do that is to be brave and go on Facebook Live. Keep your stories compliant. Don't make any disease claims or medical claims. Always share a disclaimer with your post. But guys, I promise you, get live. Get live. You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you want to reach people and you want your story to be heard and you want to throw your log on the fire, so to speak, get live. It's where it's going to happen. I promise. There's people, you won't even believe it, man. You can't believe it. Lenny, if you're not doing lives all the time, and I don't know if you are because, you know, I don't know if you are, but Lenny, you should be live on Facebook all the time, because Lenny Evans is too good. Is just, there's too much goodness there for the world. Boy, you better be getting on them lives. Lenny, we love you so much. I just want to again say thank you, Lenny. You're one of the OG. You'll always be an original, like an original shredder. And thank you for the trust. Thank you for being such a special part of this. We love you.
Thank you, brother.
You're
So
welcome.
grateful. Let's
We
do
love
it. Shredders unite.
All right, I'm going to unmute it and let everybody love on you a little bit. Hold on one second. Everybody, if you want, you can unmute and tell Lenny how much you love him. That'd be awesome.
Thanks, Lenny. Love you, brother.
Thanks, Lenny.
Love you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Lenny. Thank you, man.
Thank
Very,
you.
very special.
Thanks, Lenny. You're super inspiring. I love your story.
Let's go transfer the power.
Let's do it, guys. All right. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, Lenny. Thanks, pal. We'll see.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night, brother.